Welcome to Clear Finance. I am James, your personal finance guide. Today we are talking about the power of compound interest, starting at any age. You've probably heard the phrase before, but sometimes it's easy to underestimate just how powerful compound interest can be. I mean, let's be real. Who doesn't love the idea of saving a little money now and watching it grow exponentially over time? The thing is, compound interest isn't just for the young or the financially savvy. Anyone can harness its power, regardless of their age or financial situation. Let's consider a simple example. Imagine Sarah, a 25-year-old graduate, earning a decent income, $50,000 a year. She starts contributing $500 a month to a retirement account and earns an average annual return of 7%. At first glance, it's not a huge sum, but over time that $500 a month will add up to a pretty significant amount. So, let's do the math. In 20 years, Sarah's monthly contributions will have added up to approximately $180,000. But that's just the beginning. With the 7% annual return, she'll have earned an additional $350,000 or so. That's a total of around $530,000. Now I know what you're thinking. That's a pretty impressive number, James. The key here is that the earlier Sarah started saving, the more time her money had to grow. If she had waited 10 years to start saving, she would have earned around $300,000 less in total. That's the power of compound interest right there, and we're still just scratching the surface. Another great example is David, a 35-year-old with two young kids, whose wife lost her job due to a medical emergency. His monthly expenses more than doubled overnight, and they had to dip into their emergency fund. To get back on track, David started contributing as much as possible to a high-yield savings account, earning a 1.8% annual return. This might not seem like a lot, but over the course of a year, it added up. With regular contributions and the same return over 10 years, David ended up with a total of around $43,000. Now, I know it's not as much as the previous example, but this illustrates a crucial point. Even small, consistent savings efforts can add up. Now let's talk about the mortgage bi-weekly payment strategy. Essentially, you make half payments every 2 weeks instead of a single monthly payment. It's not a magic tip, but it has a very real impact on your mortgage balance. For instance, on a $300,000 mortgage with a 4% interest rate, bi-weekly payments would save you around $4,500 in interest and shave off almost 2 years of your loan term. It might not seem like much, but those savings add up. One crucial factor to consider when it comes to finances is external influences. You can't control inflation, interest rate changes, or job market shifts, but you can prepare for them. Here's the thing. Diversification is key. Spread your investments across different asset classes and sectors to minimize risk. This doesn't mean avoiding stocks or bonds altogether, but rather striking a balance that makes sense for your financial goals and risk tolerance. You can also take advantage of tax-advantaged accounts like 401(s) or IRAs to save for retirement. Again, this might not be suitable for every country or region, so make sure to check the specific laws and regulations in your area. As you go through life, your financial priorities may change. Maybe you want to buy a house, start a small business, or take a sabbatical. Whatever it is, review your finances regularly to ensure they align with your goals. I like to ask myself, am I being proactive with my money or just reacting to circumstances? Don't be afraid to make adjustments and pivot when needed. Emotions can play a huge role in our financial decisions, so try your best to separate your heart from your wallet. Let's talk about real-world, actionable tips you can implement this week. Firstly, if you're not already contributing to a retirement account, get